Hey there, welcome to another episode of Cooking with Violet Vixen. Today we are doing barley lamb hot pot. This is the first time I've ever cooked with barley, but I like to try new things, try cooking different methods and variations of things, so I'm giving it a crack. This one here is a casserole, but I'm doing it in the slow cooker so it can cook all day and cook nice and slow and release all its yumminess. So if you don't eat meat, just take the lamb out. If you don't want to use barley, take the barley out. Either way. Okay, so here's what we need. So if you're doing this on the stove top, I'll tell you how to cook it on the stove top. If you're doing it in the slow cooker, there's not really a method other than just chuck it all in. So grab your slow cooker or your big saucepan, and let's go. So first of all, with the slow cooker, make sure that you can put it somewhere where it's not going to get bumped for 8 hours. I always like to do 8 hours on low. That way it can be turned off later in the day, and it's not in everyone's way. So in my little kitchen, that is the most perfect spot. You can still come in and make a tea or a coffee, and it's not in the way. So let's go. So my first step, no matter what, I always like to give it a spray. That way when it comes to washing time, it's so much easier. So slow cooker, you're doing that. Big saucepan. That one there. Either or. Alright, so let's go. So the first step I'm going to talk you through is actually probably going to be more for if you're using the saucepan. So as I said, I'm going to give you the two options. So first step is to blanch the lamb in boiling water for 5 minutes. Refresh in cold water and drain. Now, in a slow cooker, I don't really like doing that because to me that's going to cook it a lot quicker being in the hot water. So I'm just going to grab the diced lamb, put it in the colander, and I will just rinse it under hot water just to get any yuckiness off it. So that's what we're going to do. With your lamb, I recommend you get it from a butcher. That way you're going to get exactly what you want. I asked my butcher for 900 grams of stewing beef, so that way he knew what I wanted it for. Obviously there's different cuts of meat for different things, so that is what I come up with. That's really good looking lamb. Slow cooked, that is going to be extra tender and extra tasty. So I've just rinsed that in hot water, and I'm going to put that on the bottom. Doesn't matter if there's a little bit of residue of water in that. I'll get you to come in closer and you can see everything as it goes in. The best thing about slow cooking is chucking it all in. Alright, so our lamb is in. Okay, so place the meat in the large pan / slow cooker and add your vegetables. Okay, so I couldn't get my vegetables, well, when I say I couldn't get my vegetables, I couldn't buy a parsnip or a turnip. So what I ended up doing was, while I was in Woolworths, I saw a thing called a soup pack. Soup pack has parsnip, turnip, onion, carrot, a stick of celery in it, and a potato. Potato wasn't needed, but everything else was, so I just brought said soup pack. So I ended up with only one turnip, and I had an extra stick of celery in the freezer, so I got that out. So what I've done is I've chopped it all up and put it back into the little soup pack. So I've got the leek, the turnip, everything all in there. Said to dice the carrot up fine. You can cut it up really small if you want, but since it's sort of like a hot pot casserole, I'd like to know I'm eating carrot, not pureed food. And then we're going to add the water. Now, normally 7.5 cups of water is a lot of water. With a slow cooker, we do generally use quite a lot of water anyway. So 7.5 cups of water is going in. I'll do it from that side so you can still see what's going on. Try not to water my appliances. Okay, it is a lot of water. And for some reason it tells you if you think you need more to put more in, but I don't think so. Well, I guess at least with this everything's going to get covered. Now this is supposed to serve 6 people. If you're not very big eaters, you're probably going to get more servings out of it. You can freeze it. I don't know how good barley freezes though, so I guess I'll let you know later. Okay, so once your vegetables are in and the water, you add bouquet garni. Now bouquet garni is, I like to call it a tea bag for casseroles. That's exactly what it is. So it's basically a whole pile of herbs in a tea bag, which goes in your casserole, tea bag. Season with some salt and pepper. The cracking ones are the best. I like a lot of pepper. I'm not a huge fan of a lot of salt, unless I've been having like weird leg cramps or something, which is your body telling you you need more salt. So there we go. Crack some of that in. Bring to the boil and simmer for 1 hour. Now, I'm not going to be bringing it to the boil and simmering for 1 hour, so that's where this differentiates. So we're going to put this on low, and we're adding the barley in an hour, but I'm going to add the barley in now. So grab that barley, drain it off, because last night I weighed out 75 grams. And I soaked it in cold water, so I'm just going to give it a rinse before I use it. And my good old trusty colander, which when you cut your leek up, you want to give that a wash as well, because sometimes you get dirt and all sorts of fun in it otherwise. So I'm just going to rinse the barley in hot water again. So, according to the back of the packet of the barley, barley's sort of like an alternative to rice. It sort of looks like a funny little grain. Very healthy for you, full of fibre, good for bulking up a meal. So that goes in, and we're going to just basically put it on low for 8 hours. Parsley goes on the top. However, if you want to put it in now, I wouldn't say don't do it now. So I'm just going to get a stirring apparatus, because I don't like the idea of all the barley sitting on top, although it is going to do its thing. That's pretty full. So lid goes on. Okay. Check out on the socials how it looks, because I probably won't have time to show you what it looks like at the end. We're going to serve this up with some garlic bread, because garlic bread's always good with the casserole or hot pot. And yeah, I'll catch you next time. Thanks for watching Cooking with Violet Vixen. Bye.